Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Call of the Night, episode 7. And I would say this, I gotta say right now, I think it's probably one of the best episodes I've seen yet. Just how the whole setting of this episode was, I thought it was very funny, and you get a little bits of action, surprisingly, I didn't expect that to happen in this. Both this is we deal with vampires, so I expect a little bit of that. But in this episode 7, how it starts off, with Kyoshi. I was like Kyoshi. Got confused with another character. Ko. Is that he's out there tonight, and he actually meets up with the lady. Give me a second here. He finds the lady from the previous episode who she was talking to from before. Huh. Well, I'm to waste too much time already. But it was the woman from the last one how about with her dead end job and how she was like him, and he wanted to become he told her he wants to become a vampire, and she tells him that I'll make you into a vampire then, and then she acknowledged, you know what? I appreciate it if you'll make me to a vampire if you want to, because of the conversation they had previously, that her job now is like a little bit easier, because he kind of took the pressure off her for a little bit, so she's not quite as stressed as she was from before. So that was a nice little conversation she had from there. So we'll be seeing her again. And then she gets a drink. He has a drink, soda, that he's just sitting there. And then all of a sudden this girl comes up to him. Looking at maybe probably high school, he says that he didn't mean to. He's looking at her chest, of course. But the thing is, he's a guy who's clueless on romance and all that stuff, or including his hormones. Though he's at that age, so he's basically clueless and a dunce, basically. But it's like, oh, you want to see? You can see a little bit of it. And then she goes and takes his drink and runs off into this dark alley and say that, hey, give it back to me. And she's like, oh, I already drank it. And this guy still doesn't know how to realize what's going on yet. And then it turns out this girl is also a vampire, about to suck his blood, but all of a sudden, boom, Nazo comes charging in, takes the girl's arm off, which I didn't expect that to happen, but also the animation when it switches to pink filter when her arm's getting cut off. Really well done animation. Like I said, once again, the animation throughout this whole series of every single episode of this series, the animation has been spot on, stunning, beautiful to watch. I keep saying that again, but this is when it switches to pink filter when the moment her arm was getting cut off. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that. I didn't expect that to happen, an action bit. But the animation itself, like I said, was pretty well done as usual for this series. And then also all of a sudden, that another vampire girl comes up and just grabs Ko and then flies him off to another place, so the roof of this other building, and where he meets with a few more vampire girls, and this whole conversation, this series of conversations with Ko, with all these vampire girls, which also first points out this makes it like a first vampire harem to see, right? I mean, he's surrounded by all these beautiful looking girls that are vampires. And it's like, hey, high school DD, Issei wants to be a harem king, he wants all these girls, Now Ko, he's completely different from Issei, though. I'm saying that he's just surrounded by all these girls, it could be like his own harem, they're all vampire girls, right? So, but I also enjoyed all the conversations they has when they're talking to, because, like I say, with Ko, I like Ko's personality. That how he's just, like I said, he's clueless on what romance is and all this other stuff, right? All these subjects, right? And saying that to how this one girl, this one vampire girl, like, hey, and how they have their own methods of making men falling in love with them, because they want to make men follow them and make offspring of their own, right? And how they want to, either you choose. He wants Ko to choose pick either one of them, or else they'll kill him, right? And they have their own little methods, like I was saying, to make a person fall in love with them. But the thing is, though, like this one girl says, so it's like, hey, no one's ever said no to me, and just Ko goes and says, okay, no. Like this, no. Because he wants to be with Nazuna. Like, it's like a shock to all of them, because of all the vampires, to them, Nazuna, she's like in that group of flunkies. She's like like a failure as a vampire to them, because she doesn't want to turn anybody. She doesn't want to make offspring. She's just like, as a failure in that group. Like the one, like she's like the odd man out in that group, basically. But Ko, says that she wants to be with Nazla. He wants to fall in love with her, right? And I like also each one of the vampire girls, where they're having their own carrying a conversation about themselves, like in the minds of the other vampire girls, each one is like, oh well, I'll go. They all go like, here she goes with her playing. Oh, here she goes, or oh, here she goes again. We'll talk about this, and just how, because the thing is, though, it's simple, because they're just baffled why he wants to be with Nazuna. But the thing is, how it explains that it's a mutual agreement, basically, because she likes the taste of my blood. I want to fall in love with her, be a and he wants to be a vampire. It's very simple, So, and also the funny thing is when she comes in, almost literally pounding on the floor, she hears all this, and she gets flustered, because that's another thing with her, because she can talk all these lewd jokes, but the thing is, though, she gets so embarrassed and she blushes all the time when she hears all these romantic or romance methods. She gets all the past episodes, she gets all embarrassed about it. It's like, rolling on the floor when she hears all this love stuff. And it's also clear that she does like Ko, because a lot of times we see her blush and her face turns a little red. It's clear that they're having a little bit of feelings for each other, but it's slowly building up to it, though, right? Even to the point where it says, hey, when one of the vampires says, hey, you can do this, though, but just don't take too long, otherwise we'll kill you. We have no choice but to eliminate you. And he goes and says, oh, don't worry, maybe it'll take a couple of years. It's like, did you not hear what she just said? But the thing is, though, I like the whole thing with Ko, because he was not fazed by any of this. He didn't change his tune or his tone or any way. He didn't try to play any mind games or worm his way out of the situation. He didn't try any of that. No, he just put it straightforward. It's like, hey, you just put it plain and simple. It's between me and Nazuna. It's a mutual agreement, in which also, by the way, like how Nazuna she calls it as a shotgun marriage, basically. How the way she puts it in her terms. But at least it's a mutual agreement, like, because she feeds off me. She likes the taste of my blood. I want to fall in love with her and become a vampire. It's that simple. And this is how I just like how this all these series of conversations were made so pretty well done. So I think it's gonna say with this, I think it's been the best one I've seen as of yet, though. Although I've enjoyed all the previous ones, but it was just how the conversations they were carrying with each other, and how Ko just kept his whole cool about everything, because the thing is, he's clueless about all these things. Like I said, he doesn't know anything about romance or all the stuff about the, you know, say his hormones, like you say, because he doesn't know anything about it because he's at a certain age. Like, he doesn't fully understand any of that stuff. So that's why he's so calm and collected about it, because he didn't try. Like I said, he's not that smart how to, oh, what should I do? How do I get out of the situation? Right? No, he just kept to himself and just said, hey. But what I'm saying is very simple. That's basically what it is, you know. Even despite that, it mind boggles the rest of them how he can end up like someone like Nazuna, though, who's like I said, who's the outman of the group, or the failure of as the name of a vampire, right? but you know, they say love works works in mysterious ways. So there you have it. But yeah, but episode 7 was a really interesting episode. You know, like I said, how he ended up being surrounded by all these vampire girls. Like now it's a vampire harem now. Oh, it's quite different. Like, what was the new well, I've heard the name, but I haven't got around to watching the series. What was the one, the new one that recently came out? So it's like what was it? A harem and a labyrinth. I think it was called the new one. Another new one that just came out that I never got a chance to get to review here because I wanted to do Spy Family, Devil's a Part-Timer in this show, right? I know of another one called Harem and a Labyrinth. So, but this episode can say vampire harem, you can say, but because out of all the ones he was surrounded by, he just wants to be with Nazuna. So yeah. So Ko, like I said, he just kept to himself, you know. Didn't try to lie or brainstorm his way out of the thing, so no. But yeah, but I was gonna see how the next one's gonna happen, so here's how it ended, which is them like both stunned, like So yeah. But that's Call of the Night episode 7. Another really good episode. Once again, also beautiful animation, especially the whole thing when that other girl got her arm come off, but then she ends up reattaching it though, so you can reattach the limbs in this, so. But the animation was very spot on once again. More fun humor, conversations, dialogue. This show has been really good, so yeah. Another thumbs up for this episode. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and we'll see you all next time.